this moving. It's Young People Nation.
Welcome to Young People Nation. Listen to us weekly as we commit to bring transparency, healing, and truth to the everyday situations in life that might bring you down. Join us for your weekly dose of inspiration. Thank you for listening to Young People Nation. Make sure you subscribe so you never miss an episode. And now, here's your host, Eugene and Donna Perry.
Let's go. Christ is the foundation. Know his word gon' lead us. Know I'm already going. Taking steps I believe in. Giving guidance to the youth. Giving guidance to the lost. Giving the world to the project. Lead them back to the cross.
Welcome to Young People Nation, and we're back with session 2 with Miss Charmaine Finch.
Let's do it.
Yes. Miss Charmaine, she is a community engagement specialist with SRP Federal Credit Union. Now, Charmaine has worn many hats at SRP, but this is her gift. Right here. This is it. We're so grateful that she's in that department. And Charmaine has been working with finances since 2014. And she has a heart to make sure people are aware, are feeling empowered in their financial wisdom. Now, Charmaine is a single mother of a son and a daughter. And the daughter just got awarded honors.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, she is that present mom, and she's in there getting it. And so with her ultimate goal is to help people meet their financial needs and build stronger communities. We are grateful for you.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you both.
Yes. She is a gift, guys. I really enjoyed working with Charmaine. I remember our first experience was the assistant branch manager thing together, and we just rubbed off each other, and it became better.
Yes, it did.
Yes. So that's the beauty of partnering with someone to help build. Okay. And so in this session, again, with this desire she has, just like we have on this podcast, and let me roll back, we like to thank God, thank our community, thank those who have supported us in order to get this done. And so again, in session 2, the power of not following trends and discovering your path. Now, sidebar, this guy has really helped me with that because he is not a trend follower. If someone is saying to do something, if he don't hear from the Holy Spirit itself, right here, sitting right here. Okay. So that has helped me, because sometimes we have faith in who a person is. However, you've got to know your path. And so we talked about this on our conversation about you are not a follower and you don't follow trends. Now, you may mention about being single parenting and stepping in after your dad transitioned. So you were a mom at this point. And so share with the audience and people, listen, this information is wisdom that she's giving. This is to encourage and build up. Just because this is where you are doesn't mean you got to stay there.
No.
Okay, so share your journey.
When my dad passed, he passed suddenly. So he was diagnosed in August and passed away in October of 2008. I was already in college in Atlanta, and I just decided that I needed to come home to help my mom financially because my dad was the breadwinner. And so I knew that she was going to need some help. She wasn't happy with my decision, but I think that she knew, I know that she knows that I was not going to have it any other way. We helped each other. I helped her financially with some of her bills, and she helped me raise my son. I was scared because I was only 19 when I had my son. So with her being so present with my son, it helped me so much become a mother, seeing her nurturing side in a different perspective, not from just being my mother, but being a grandmother. She's my biggest supporter. I'll never be able to repay her back. She's my biggest supporter. She she helps me, try not to be emotional, but she helps me in so many ways, with encouraging me, keeping me encouraged, tough love and soft.
Okay.
But a lot of tough, a lot of tough. My mama is a tough one.
Yes.
She is tough. I say that's where I get my my little kick I got inside me from my mama. She is a tough one. But when I get to feeling so much, doubt, my mom is always right there. It's a lot of tough love, but she knows I'm listening. She knows it's going to resonate with me. I'm going to take a little minute to think about it, and then I get back on. But seeing how she didn't know how to do a lot of her finances by herself goes back to me saying, that's why my daddy did this. He knew in their marriage that he handled all the finances. He knew that he was the breadwinner. He handled all the finances, and she handled the home.
Right.
That was their dynamic.
Yes.
And we can't take nothing away from that. It's a lot of marriages that are still like this, especially from back, older, marriages are structured that way, versus the new generation marriages, and that's okay. Things change over time, but I always respect their dynamic. And she learned when I came in. She started to take some pointers like, your dad taught you how to do that. And she learned, then she started doing it on her own. When I felt that she was comfortable, and she had got it. I had my daughter by then, 2014, and I felt down, of course, because I did this, made this decision again, and I thought that me and this situation would be different with her dad, but it wasn't. But it was something that we made an adult decision on. Me and my daughter's dad made a adult decision on. We're better co-parents and friends than we are together. I look back, I don't have any regrets, but that was the point of me saying, okay, my mom is okay. I'm okay with the outcome of the situation that I had with my daughter's father, and I have a son as well. It's time for me to go out and do this on my own. Try all these things that he taught me, and my mom is, encouraged me, and I'm showing my mom.
Right.
So let me, put this practice into my own, my own life. And that's when I branched off to get my own apartment with just 2 children and just me paying all the bills. It was a journey. I tell you, I had a lot of low days. But when I had some wins, I appreciated them more. Because I was like, I did that. I did that. Nobody helped me. Maybe my brother helped me get on my feet a little here and there, but I had to pay him back. Because remember, we got the same daddy now.
Right.
We got the same father, me and my brothers. So, they helped me. Charmaine, I want my money back.
Okay.
And I hear my daddy in their voice saying that, because he's like, so you can help a friend, you can help a family member, but hold them to that responsibility of paying that back. And so I was like, I'm going to pay you back. I already know.
Did they charge interest?
Yeah, no, they ain't charge me love interest. Love interest with that reminder coming on, especially my middle oldest brother. He sound just like my dad. He'll say, oh, Jermaine, we got about 30 more days.
So they held you accountable,
that date
right?
coming up. You getting back on your feet now. And I said, I know. So, but just that trust, that we built along the years. Anytime I have a hardship, I know I can call on my brothers and my mother, and they trust me to pay them back, because they seen when I went out there on my own, and the times that I did need them and they came. They, even if it was a reminder here and there, that was to help me and keep, mature me on responsibilities, And it was a journey. It was hard, but it was worth it.
Okay.
It was so much worth it, especially now.
Now, I hear accountability a whole lot in that. Now, when you were talking, I sure thought of you. Because if someone asks for money, he's going to talk with them, well, what happened? And you're gonna get this lecture over here,
Yeah.
because you're getting the money. Am I right?
If you get the money, it won't automatic.
Well, most of the time with I'm gonna say your brothers, you're very giving. You have been, and didn't make them pay it back.
Yeah.
But you're gonna get that lecture.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got to.
yeah.
Well, you need the lecture
you need
because I come to understand and why I was raised the way I was raised, because my father can count barely past 20. And then I learned later on in life that he couldn't read or write. And it's not an embarrassment that happened, but it's an embarrassment when you refuse to learn. You refuse to go farther. You refuse to improve. You just want to exist like the world owe you something.
Oh yeah.
And it'll owe you all right. It'll take everything you got and spit you on the side of the curb. But as you go through life, you learn to look at life differently when you understand the story of a person's journey. And in this journey, you learn yourself.
Yes.
And through that, I learned patience. I learned understanding. I learned how to make a plan. I learned how to be structured.
Yes.
I learned how to know what's coming tomorrow. And I don't like surprises.
No, he does not.
And because surprises usually come with a price.
Yeah.
You know. And
That's so true.
yep, and when you're at a funeral, there's always a person crying that ain't got no money.
Lord.
That wants the most.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Hard but true.
Yes, it is.
And most times the truth is hard.
It is, isn't it? It is. It could be like, ouch.
Ooh.
Yeah, like, oh.
Said something right
Yeah,
there.
because I tell people, don't ask him nothing if you don't want that truth. Now, it's going to come. It's going to come out.
Truth is true.
Yeah.
It is. It is. And so, decisions. We have to make decisions along the way in reference to, okay, if I want to be here at this time, that means I'm going to have to dial back perhaps on some things that I'm doing right now.
Right.
Yep.
And so I've learned a lot being with him, because it was a plan in place that this is where we need to be at this time. And so praise God, we didn't have no student loan debt or anything like that when it came to our girls. Yeah. You understand? Because it was an order, it was a structure. You see what I'm saying? And when you decide you don't want to go to college no more, okay, ain't no more writing checks. That's over. And so I heard accountability, going back to your brothers and you hearing your dad through their voice. I heard a lot of accountability. But I want to ask you this about the mental of your discovery, because now you're in the discovery lane. So you want like to share your mental journey in that discovery, because you shared, and that's what people need to understand. You're here now, but they don't know the process.
No, and what a process. I will say, like I shared with you, I feel that when I had my daughter, that's when I was dealing with postpartum. But because, as always, putting others, even if it's my child, putting others before myself, I decided, my doctor gave me, she told me what I would have to do with the feelings that I was feeling, the medication that I would have to take for postpartum. And I just was like, that's going to stop me from being able to breastfeed my daughter. And that was one thing that I really enjoyed. Was, that bonding time with my daughter, because I didn't get a chance to do it with my son. I was young and I just was like, Mama, I can't do this. So second time around, I was more independent, and it was something that I was determined. And me and my daughter, our bond is so unique. And I always say I know it's because I made that choice. I put my feelings and my emotions and the state of mind that I was in on hold. I pushed it down so that I can do that with my daughter. And moving out and being on my own and all this different responsibilities that all I have is me, and I don't want to keep going back and running to my family. I want to show and prove to them and myself that I can do this. It started to bring, depression and low self-esteem and doubt. And all of that stuff can play a part in your relationships with, your loved ones, not just your loved ones, but people on your job. It can affect your career. It can affect anything, your goals, finance goals, professionally, emotionally, mentally. It can affect all of that, physically as well, where you don't even, eat properly or exercise because you just feel like, nothing is going right anyway. And nobody cares because nobody asks. But we never put or think about how the persona that we're giving to others. It may look like we have it all figured out, and nobody will ever know unless we talk.
Yes.
And so I do thank God for the people that He placed in my life to tell me about, you can talk to somebody. I know someone who is a therapist that you can talk to. So I did choose therapy, and it worked for me. I learned that I do well with journaling, do well with just mirroring myself, looking myself in the mirror, talking back, giving self affirmations and things like that. So it has worked really well for me. So I always encourage people, don't be afraid to talk to someone. If you don't want to go that route to a therapist, then maybe if you have somebody in your church, a mentor, someone you trust at your job, someone, you need to find someone. It can be someone in your family, it could be your best friend, but you need to find someone and also pray. And ask God to reveal to you the things about yourself that you need to, grow on.
Yes.
Because He will do it.
We were talking about that in our last recording about that man in the mirror, because we so easily can look at other people and say, well, they should do this and do that. But when you're looking at yourself, that is a whole job.
And it's a journey. You don't have a time frame.
Yes.
I feel like I'm just at a point where I really love myself. I'm just now getting to a point where I really love myself and I'm at peace. My best friends, they probably say this is probably the happiest they've ever seen me. My family could probably say the same. My co-workers even. But I'm just now getting to that space. And I did therapy 2 years ago?
Yes.
So it's a process. Don't have a time frame. I still got more growing to do.
And you will.
Yeah. So I mean, it's no time frame. Don't be ashamed to speak or to talk about that.
That's exactly right.
Don't be ashamed about it.
Yes, because you don't know who you're helping.
And talk about it actually is even more, it's therapeutic in itself.
Yes.
Just talking about it and letting it out, and not being unashamed.
Yes.
It helps you even the more. You'll feel even bigger release on that alone.
Lighter.
So, well, one thing about that man in the mirror, people got to come to the reality, the truth about it. Is that person in the mirror know everything about you.
Yes, do.
Everything. And sometimes you don't want to face, and that man in the mirror be like, yeah, you did it.
You'll feel that conviction.
Right.
Yes. You'll feel it.
And so you have a decision whether I want to correct this or do I want to stay in this.
Yeah.
Thinking that I'm masking. But God graced people to see us just like we see other people.
Yeah.
And so okay, that's still a decision.
Yeah.
Whether you want to stay there or you want to move forward, to your point.
Well, I had to tell my ass, shut up. Talk all the time. I know I did
it. Me too. I said, okay. Let me go apologize.
Yeah, ain't that something?
Yeah.
Isn't that something? Boy, I tell you. And, thank you so much. And I call her Miss Charmaine because I remember when we was at, and she young enough to be my daughter, granddaughter almost, but she when she was at the branch and we was doing the training, and the young ladies, your presence call for respect. They used to be like, Miss Charmaine, I heard him. Miss Charmaine. I said, look at that. You know, just observing from a distance. And so our presence, a lot of times, it speaks before we even get there.
Yeah.
Okay, and so we're gonna get back on the path because I was getting ready to go somewhere else, and it was like, get back over here. And so
that rabbit hole deep. The rabbit hole deep.
And so you as a mom, a new mom, a single mom, and caring for your mom, finances, got mama in a place where you're comfortable. Now you are stepping out on your own so you can get it done. It wasn't easy. You had hiccups, you cried, you frustrated, you had depression, you had to go to get therapy. That's just a tad bit of your in-between. Am I correct?
Yes. So
talk to us about the power of staying focused on the matters at hand, and you already talked about getting therapy. So talk to us a little bit about that, staying focused.
My kids is just basically what helps me stay focused. Just learning that that's the first thing that I always talked about in therapy. Let me know, okay, or they, she told me that that's your motivation. So whenever I do feel down or I feel like I can't do this any longer, I just go home and ask one of them kids or both of them, come give me a hug. They put me back on focus.
Them 4 little eyes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They put me back on game.
I watched him change when we had our first daughter. He's always been a nice guy, but when Nina came on the scene, it's just his what is it? He was very emotional. And
Who? Me?
Yeah, yes, you were emotional.
Wow.
And Nina cried when they ran me over to get to her, I was like, I'm coming. Okay, so we're about to end this session. Thank you so much, Ms. Charmaine, for this, and thank you for your transparency. And I hope you young ladies, young men are listening because she gave such phenomenal wisdom. And again, we never know who is listening to the podcast, and we always like to give out references. There's the 988 hotline. There's a text 741-741. That's free 24/7 service. There's a National Alliance on Mental Illness, and you can go to the state that you live in on their website, and you will be able to reach out and get the necessary help you need. There is the Community General Resource number. That's 211, and that is 24/7. And also there's the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. That number is 800-273-8255. Mr. Perry.
Well, when you go through life, there's always truth. Don't leave home without it, no matter what the circumstances are. This has been Young People Nation. And remember, there's always hope.
Christ is the foundation. Know his word gon' lead us. Know I'm already going. Taking steps I believe in. Giving guidance to the youth. Giving guidance to the lost. Give the world to the project. Lead them back to the cross. He the #1 prospect. He the top boss. I was broke, I was empty. He the one that paid the cost. Really thought that I was cool. There was nothing like the Savior. Now it's time for the truth. The whole world been waiting. It's Young People Nation. 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 The whole world been waiting. Whatever you going through, I know what he gonna do. Don't matter the circumstance, we going back to the root. Keep going, keep going. Let that seed keep growing. You need peace and we know it. Now it's time to live holy. Young People Nation. You know what time it is. Young People Nation. Get ready, the time is here. Get ready, we vibing here. We about to let God in here. Young People Nation. It's Young People Nation. Yeah, do it for the heavens, you know where we going. Influenced by his love, you know we gotta show it. It's time to put the youth onto what God is doing. Cause I can tell you now, right now, that God is moving. It's Young People Nation.